all healthcare professionals on the app to mentor and help you guys and offer different services like shadowing. So you can get on there to find one, hopefully. But we're definitely gonna bring on more PAs and working on that and making it easy for you guys to find shadowing opportunities, because I know that's a big. Hey guys, welcome to PA-eShadowing. Hope you guys are having a great Monday. Are we live? Because they updated this and I'm just making sure everything's working. It looks a little different. Okay, so hi guys. So Rashada is going to join us today. She's just running a little late, but she should be here in about 30 minutes. So I'm going to start the session and answer some questions. Sorry about the mask. I'm having a dermatologic emergency. I got a chemical peel this weekend, and I thought I would start peeling tomorrow, but I started peeling yesterday. So I just look crazy, and I have to actually cancel next week's session as I'll be traveling due to the holidays. I booked my flight for Monday. I didn't realize that it was like Monday when I booked my flight. So I won't be able to do next week's session, and I don't want to cancel 2 sessions in a row. So I'm just like, I'm gonna just thug it out, do what I gotta do, and wear a mask. I hope you guys can hear me. So yes, masking in style. All right. So we're going to do a Q&A until Rashada gets here, and then we're gonna, be discussing her work in psychiatry and addiction medicine. Any questions you guys have for me? Let's see. Let me go through the chat. Applying this summer as in this 2022. Okay. Yes, you're welcome, guys. I know it's super awkward, and I put the lighting on dark so y'all don't see how crazy my face looks. But hey, beauty is pain, right? That's funny. Okay. Financing PA career. Oh my gosh, there's a Q&A section on this. They done updated this. It's awesome. Okay, somebody had a question about financing their PA career. What exactly do you have about that? You're going to take out loans either way. There's subsidized and unsubsidized. I had the government loan. I don't really know the difference between them. I don't remember. But you're gonna have to take out loans. You're gonna have to take out probably at least $80,000 in student loans, unless you pay for it yourself out of pocket. But my PA education was around $80,000. Typically, it's gonna be anywhere from, maybe some are $60,000. Some schools are $60,000. But what I've heard is around like $75,000 to $100,000, even more if it's like a longer program. But be prepared to take out loans. Be prepared to, be a little poor while you're in school. Be prepared for a little struggle. But, bad times don't last always. Okay, so thank you for clarifying. Yeah, she was talking about student loans. So I explained a little bit about student loans. I always say I had about $85,000 in debt. And when I graduated, I just tried to make sure that, whatever I was getting paid, I can balance that. And if you can, when you graduate, if you can move back in with mom and dad too, to help pay off your loans. I did my first year as a PA. I was living with my parents because I was trying to pay off my loans as much as I can. If you were able to do that, then I say to do that. That will really help, since you won't have like a mortgage or a rent to worry about. And then of course maybe food, because if your mom's cooking for you, you won't have to worry about all these bills, So move back in with your parents. Just kidding. But if you're able to, that's a good way to save some extra money, especially right out of school. Other things that I did was work a lot. I work as much as you can your first 2 years or so, especially if you don't have, that extra responsibility, such as, kids, a husband or a wife. Or you're not the breadwinner in your family. You don't have to take care of a bunch of people. Then it's easier to work a lot more or travel for work. A lot of these travel jobs pay a lot, but you're not really able to travel until like year 2 or 3 as a PA, because you want to get that experience and stability just your first year working. So yes, traveling pays more, but you'll just be away from home. Let's see. It was very hard to pay loans, especially due to the interest rate, because you'll make a payment and then it'll barely move. You'll be like, what the heck am I working for? I've never talked this much with the mask way I have with patients. Okay, so you'll be like, what the heck am I working for? And my saving grace was the fact that they paused student loan interest rates due to COVID. So that really helped me out, because when that interest is not added on, you pay a lot quicker. So that helped me. Somebody said, I realized that CASPA now contains an essay section on how COVID has affected our education and life in general. How would you recommend approaching this question? Like, how do you think you would have answered this? I would say, of course, the negatives of COVID, how COVID, just like it's asking how COVID impacted your life, but then you want to turn around and add how that made you a better person, how that strengthened your skills, how that made you more resilient, the skills you got from, whatever you took on during COVID. Every storm has a rainbow, right? As cliche as that sounds. So what was your rainbow through COVID? So that's how I would explain it. Yes, there is a certificate for virtual shadowing. Anything virtual shadowing related is going to be found on ep54.com. I just put that in I'll put that in the chat box. Yes, PA Money Sense is great, and your PA mentor is great too. Like I said, certain things just kind of worked out for me as far as paying my loans, like COVID and taking on COVID assignments, taking opportunities, taking advantage of opportunities that come your way, especially if you're trying to pay loans off. Okay, for some let me see. I have a lot of questions. Okay. All right, I was like, what advice would you give a minority first-generation student? That's a great question. What advice would I give? I have a lot of advice, because I'm that, right? It depends what you're struggling with. I would say to just, don't be so discouraged. Get a mentor. I think that's so good to have a mentor. I think that's what even if you're not a minority, if you're just first generation in general, and you just don't understand college, you don't understand having a career because your parents might have not had one, or your parents might have not had graduated high school, or whatever it might have been, or they went to technical school, whatever it might have been. Like, it feels so good to have someone there to help you through that journey and that path. So I definitely recommend getting a mentor and like sticking to them like glue. I really wish I had one. Did I have one? Not really, no. Not for PA related. I had good friends that were older than me that, for college, that helped me through college, and it was great, but not necessarily anybody that was a PA or that was really in healthcare. So it would have been great to have a mentor, especially as a first generation and minority. And I know there's a lot more resources out there. There's the PAC, the PA Physician Assistant of Color platform, that's specifically for minority PAs and PA assist, pre-PA, so you can join that organization. There's National Society of Black Physician Assistants if you're an African American. Yeah, there's a lot of resources out there to help you and to make you feel more comfortable, through your journey in medicine. For someone who struggled in undergrad and is looking to improve upon their GPA, what is your opinion on taking community college courses, since it saves more money than university courses? Do it. I understand community college courses may be frowned upon by, and that's the thing, like, a class is a class. Why does it, there's all these, as you all can probably see and know about me, I'm very simple. I'm just all about doing what you got to do to get where you got to go, right? And I don't like complicating things. A lot of these programs make it so much more complicated for people that choose to take the alternative road. There's not one straight path to get to where you need to go. And some schools don't understand that. So some people can't afford to go to university, don't have the time to commit to like universities, university, I mean like big colleges. And college, community colleges are less expensive. Community colleges are smaller. People learn in a smaller setting. I found that it's a lot easier to learn with like, a class of 30 or 40 versus a class of 600. And those huge universities, that's not conducive for some people's lives and being successful. And schools don't understand that. You're not just going to community college because it's easier. You're going for different reasons. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And if a school really frowns upon that and says, we're not going to accept you, girl, tell them thank you, but goodbye, because you're not going to stop me from being a PA. I took some of my prereqs at a community college, and there's nothing wrong with that. I know a lot of people that do. Like I said, your lives, everybody lives different lives. So if a school frowns upon it, then that's not the school for you. There's a lot of schools that are okay with that too. So, and you getting an A at a community college doesn't mean that it's a C at a big university. The only difference to me with big universities is the professors can be just as hard, is really the size. It's such a huge size. And like I said, some students don't learn that way. They're not going to be able to learn and pay attention when there's like 600 other students. So yeah, let's see. I'm reading from the Q&A. I'm not looking at the chat box much right now. I got accepted to PA school last week. Yay! Congrats! I don't know. Okay, help me pronounce your last name. Hajira? I hate messing up people's names because people mess up my name. My name's Rodeline with a D. So if I butcher your name, I'm so sorry, but congratulations on the acceptance. Let's all congratulate her, guys. Her name's Hajira. But please help me with the phonetic spelling of your name. All right, so let's see what else. What's the best way about, wait, no, I have a question before that. This is great because the questions are like in order and I don't have to like kind of skim through them and miss questions. Okay, what are your thoughts about only one withdrawal on your transcript? Oh, that's a thing? They're making it so much harder for you guys. I'm so sorry. One withdrawal on your transcript. That sucks, but that just means that you have to be very, very careful on what class you choose to withdraw. I don't know what school's making you only have one withdrawal on your transcript. Just be very careful. I'm not really in agreement with that. Like I said, things happen. There's no straight path to success. Trust me. And I don't know why people think, or schools, or I guess maybe it's just like because PA school is so competitive. But I don't like when people make things so complicated and hard, extra hard. Like, I don't know. Well, I don't think that it should be a must. What's the best way to go about getting in-person shadowing? I know that's a big thing, right? So start early. Start as soon as you find out that you want to be a PA. If it's your freshman year, then great. And I say start early, start looking for it because it's hard, right? So as soon as you know that you want to be a PA, that's one of the first things you want to do because you want to learn more about the PA profession, and that's the best way to learn because you're directly working with the PA, be able to pick their brain, be able to chat with them. So start early, start looking for one because it may take some time to find one, especially in this COVID age. So, so listen, I will walk on water to get to e-shadowing, no matter what kind of day I'm having. Okay, so start early, and then if you don't have the connection, some people just have connections and they know a doctor that can hook them up with a PA, or they know a PA, or whatever it is. If you don't have it, of course, I'm always say to go on MedAssembly. My platform, MedAssembly, connects pre-health and healthcare students to professionals in their area, so PAs. So we don't have mentors everywhere yet. We're relatively new, or fairly new, but we're working on getting PAs, not just PAs, but starting with PAs, but all healthcare professionals on the app to mentor and help you guys and offer different services like shadowing. So you can get on there to find one, hopefully. But we're definitely gonna bring on more PAs and working on that and making it easy for you guys to find shadowing opportunities, because I know that's a big major hindrance to successfully completing an application, and it's such a big portion of your application. Other than that, of course, I always say LinkedIn. LinkedIn, if you want to be really strategic, go on hospital websites and like look at their staff and kind of email them, or I don't know if you want to be a creep, find them on LinkedIn. And then kind of, you don't want to ask them right then and there, oh, I'm looking for a shadow. You kind of want to add them. And then first, introduce yourself, say you're a PA student and blah, blah, blah. And then maybe a week or two later, ask them about shadowing. I think somebody has a template. I can create a template if you guys want, or somebody may have a template to like reach out to a PA. First, you want to a PA for shadow, but first you want to introduce yourself and let them know that you want to be a PA and how much you love the PA career and how much the things that you're doing to pursue the PA career. And then you want to say, I would love for you to shadow me. First, they want to see that you have the drive in you. And one thing I read this in a chat, a PA let a student shadow them, and the student was on their phone the whole time. Don't do that, guys. Like, if you have the opportunity to shadow, as hard as it is, don't be on your phone the whole time. You better take advantage of that. Pick that PA's brain. Ask as many questions as possible. Wear them out because they like that. They like that for you to be interested. Wear them out and ask questions about the patient that whatever patients you see. Ask questions about being a PA. Ask questions about their path. Seem interested. And that, because you don't want to burn your bridges. You don't want to like miss different opportunities. Who knows what they can help you with in the future. So that's how I would go about it. Mapped. Mapped is through each. Somebody asked. I was wondering for more information on the MAP program offered by you. I don't necessarily offer a MAP. MAP is actually with the through eshadowing.com, or I'm sorry, medical school headquarters. Dr. Ryan Gray, and Ryan Gray is one of the founders of MAP. MAP is like a kind of like a tracker to track your way through PA school, and it's really cool. It's like a personal advising type thing too. So it tells you, it has like ways to calculate your CASPA GPA. It tells you like specific classes to take, and you can track your whole journey. It's like basically what it says, a map and roadmap to your PA journey. I love it. Let me see, get the website up for you guys. I'll put it here. Oh, here, let me actually put it in the chat. MAP, I put the website. It's not something that I founded. I of course recommend students to take it, to use MAP, because it's another great resource for your pre-PA journey. But if you want to learn more about it, I put the link to the website. Will becoming a medical scribe be great for healthcare experience? I personally think it's great for healthcare experience, but it's a lot of schools don't accept it, or certain schools may not accept it as healthcare hours. So I recommend you talk to your school, get in touch with your school on exactly what they want and if that's an accepted form. Does having a withdrawn or transcript affect your application? Not necessarily. Having a lot of withdrawals may affect it, but I don't think it necessarily affects your chances of getting in or an interview. Do you know much about oncology PAs? Do they research and treat long-term patients? And do they need any extra years of PA school? You don't need any extra years of PA school for anything. If you want to get a specific certification, you can, but it's not necessary. But as far as more schooling, once you finish PA school, that's it. I don't know much about oncology. I actually may know some PAs that are in oncology. Trust me, we're trying to get them on the app so they can teach y'all. And I'll try to I'll try to get oncology PAs to do a session one day. Have I ever had one? I don't think I've ever had one. Let me just see if Rashada said anything. I'm sorry, I'm texting Rashada. Okay, she says she's trying to come on as soon as possible. All right, do you mind sharing your science and non-science GPA when applying? I don't have to look at my resume to see what my science and non-science GPA, or at least my overall GPA. I don't remember, honestly. If you guys know me, I've been a PA for 5 years. I applied to PA school in 2013, so I don't remember. That was like several years ago, so I honestly don't remember anything about my GPA. I know my GPA from undergrad was like my overall was like a 3.6, I believe. Is medical assistant accepted? Yes, medical assistant is accepted. Assistant is accepted as clinical hours. Great. So let's see. Sorry, that was my dog making noise. Can you please create a template? Okay, I'll create a template, you guys. I'm gonna create a template. I'll post it to MedSembly. I'll post I'll share the Google Doc. That's great, Eden. What if the PA you're shadowing is on the phone a lot? If the PA you're okay, if you don't have a good shadowing experience, don't call them out. I would not call them out and be like, hey, I'm a student, I'm over here, I want to learn. No, you just, don't necessarily return. If it's not a good experience, you don't return, but you don't really have to call them out. Or you can just, if they're on the phone, you can just keep asking them questions. And if they don't seem receptive to you like they want to teach, then don't go where you're not wanted, right? Or don't go where it seems like you're not wanted. Okay, Anisha, just email me about that question, Anisha, because how should we reference this e-shadowing since we have various specialties and some applicants ask for a specific specialty? I would just email me about that question. Okay, I have some. If you have a question, try to ask it in the Q&A. I think Rashada, hopefully she's able to join. Do you mind sharing what you did for patient care experience? Yes, I was an LPN in college. That's how I got my patient care hours. I worked from my sophomore year, like the beginning of my sophomore year till my senior years. And I didn't work full time. I worked like part-time and per diem, but I got over 2,000 hours in that year or those years. And then, yeah, I got over 2,000 hours. Oh, and then I actually worked 3 years because I worked in college, and then after college, my gap year, I worked in a mental health facility. My first 2 years, I worked in a skilled nursing facility. My last year, I worked in a mental health facility. And over the course of 3 years, I got over 2,000 hours. And that's working per diem and part-time in college. I never worked full-time. I was working like maybe like 3 days a week, and then on spring break and different times I would work more than that. But a lot of you guys new. I have a feeling a lot of you guys are new. I'm sure you are, since the year starting over in the cycle. It's a new cycle, and yeah. Can you give suggestions writing a personal statement? Okay, I have some tools about writing the personal statement. I can share that with you guys. And if I say I'm going to do something and I don't do it, it's because I forgot, not because I don't keep my word. Just remind me. Send me an email or IG or something. How long do you have to submit your CASPA application? How long do you have to submit your application when CASPA opens in April? Oh, is there a certain time frame? Yes. The best time to submit your CASPA application, I never recommend, first of all, that anyone submits it the day CASPA opens. You're not going to have everything ready, and if you do, don't. Because I just want you to, dot your I's, cross your T's. It's submitting it April 24th or whatever day it opens. Why? So I recommend, May, June, July. I just want everything to be perfect when you submit it, right? And I'm sure your essay is not going to be perfect yet. So May, June, July are the best months for you to submit your application. And it opens in April, so you have 3 good months. If you submit it after that, it's fine. It's just that a lot of schools have rolling admissions, so that means that they accept students as they go. So they don't wait until the deadline. Though they do have a deadline, they're not going to wait till the deadline to start interviewing and accepting students. They start interviewing, reviewing applications and sending out interviews from day 1. Okay, so if your school has rolling admissions, apply early. That's the best thing to do. If you apply August, that's fine. I applied August. If you apply September, you're a little pushing it. If you apply now and it's rolling admissions, I don't know. I never say never, but the best thing is to apply early. Can PA specialize in anesthesiology? I've actually never heard of a PA in anesthesiology, only because there's nurse anesthetists and there's anesthesiology assistants. Also, please, the supplemental essay, how to approach you guys. Okay, the supplemental essay is, it's actually going to vary. There's not one supplemental essay. You know that there's one personal statement that you kind of send out to all schools. A school chooses, certain schools may have supplemental essays, and they choose to on what topics they want to discuss in the supplemental essay. So just because one school asks about this, another school may ask about this. Okay, so it's just going to vary. So I don't necessarily know how to approach it. It depends on the topic of that essay. So yeah, it's just going to vary by the school. They have different, a lot of it may be, about their mission statement. I've seen that a lot. What you bring to their specific program is a lot of the times going to be related to that school. So whatever is specific to that school. It may be related to, if you're a first-time applicant, how did you improve? Supplemental stuff. Do you have ideas on writing a personal statement? I do. I'm just laughing because I actually discussed the personal statement last week. If you guys tuned in last week. And I don't want to spend much time on it this week, but I do have some ideas. I don't know if it's on YouTube yet, last week's session. I wish it was on YouTube sooner because then you guys could see it last week's session, so I don't have to really, repeat it. But okay, I'm going to do a crash course really quick. Okay, paragraph 1 is going to be about, there's 5 things. Okay, let's just say the 5 things that you need in your essay. You want to discuss. It's going to be like a journey. We're going to be telling a story. Why PA? Well, why healthcare? It's because it's a journey, and typically you find out that you want to be in healthcare in the medical field before you find out that you want to be PA, right? So paragraph 1 is going to be why healthcare, or kind of what made you interested in the field of medicine or PA. And then paragraph 2 is going to be more about what stands out about, like I said, it's not going to be in this specific order, but kind of what stands out about PA, and how you find out about the PA career, why PA. You want to really hone in on your why. Paragraphs 3, 4, and 5 is going to relate to work experience, shadowing, different things you did throughout your journey to get that experience. And it doesn't necessarily just have to be PA experience, but just life experience in general that will shape you, or that has shaped you to be a great student or prepared you for the PA career, and why. All the skills that you have that will make you a great PA, you really want to flex. I always say to flex, 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 flex. And then paragraph 5 or 6 is going to be the conclusion. Good conclusion is basically reiterating from the body, and then tying everything in, kind of telling them again why they should choose you, and why you're the package deal. And you don't want to bring on anything new. You don't want to start any new topics because you're just concluding, right? You just want to tie everything together and close it off, seal the deal. So you don't want to be talking about, your patient care experience in the conclusion. You want to do that before the conclusion, right? You don't want them to think anything or leave them guessing. So that's the crash course of the essay. And as long as you have those, it doesn't have to be necessarily in that order, but as long as you have those in your essay, you should be good. And we do review personal statements. You can start working on your essay anytime that you like. Okay. I see someone asked, what is your favorite part about the career? The favorite part is, I guess, being able to switch specialties, kind of go from specialty to specialty. I really enjoy, even though I haven't really gone from specialty to specialty, even though I've really done one specialty or two. I think urgent care and emergency medicine are kind of one and the same, except emergency medicine is just a little more extensive. A lot more extensive, but it's a lot of the same things you're doing. So that's why I kind of say one specialty, because I do both. But I like the lateral mobility, just how easy it is to switch specialties. It feels like you're switching careers, but you're not. But just how easy it is to make that change. How do we get our personal statements reviewed on MedSembly? Okay. So you guys, just to let you know, right now, the app that we have right now is not the final app. There's going to be an app that's actually going to be in the App Store. So once it's going to be a lot better, and you'll be able to submit your stuff for review and everything directly in the app, and your mentor can see it and everything. So if you want to wait until that time, that's in a few months. It's actually going to be before CASPA comes out, so you can do that. You can do it then. But currently, get on MedSembly, you connect with the mentor, you kind of talk to them, let them know about your journey, and let them know that, can you review my personal statement? boom, and you'll see how to buy credits and everything, but boom. Okay, I have a question for you guys. Will anybody be interested? Tell me if you'll be interested in this on a Magoosh discount. So I love Magoosh. If you guys know or watch eShadowing, I always talk about it because I use Magoosh when I was in PA school to practice for the GRE. It's like the best test prep to me, and it's very inexpensive relative to other test preps. So I did a Magoosh course when I was undergrad. So I connected with them about doing a discount for you guys. So if you guys know, Magoosh is like 180. Was it? No, 150. 150. How much is Magoosh? I already forgot. Magoosh. How much is Magoosh, guys? Well, anyway, whatever price that is, you'll get a $50 discount. If you're interested in that, and the Magoosh $50, it'll come with a subscription. It'll come with our subscription plans. Yeah, it's a $50 discount, so it'll be from one. It's okay. Yes. So Magoosh is Magoosh. No, I think it's 180 for 6 months, 150 for 1 month. Yeah, that's the thing. 1 month, it's $150. So we're gonna have a deal to do 6 months, up to 6 months. You can do it for more or less. Up to 6 months for $130. So you get that 6 month. You know, you can use it anytime you want. At any time you buy, you can start using it. I think you have 6 months to use it, and then from then you have 6 months to complete it. So if you're interested, it's a $50 discount. It's going to be under our subscription package, but I just want to see who's actually interested in that. If you're interested, I can send you more information about it. Here's my email. Actually, first email me and tell me you're interested in Magoosh, and we can go from there. I really wanted you guys, I know test prep is so expensive, so I really wanted to get a discount for you guys. And the more people that are interested, I can probably try to get an even bigger discount. So it will probably even go down to like $125 or what per student. So let me know. And this will all be through MedSembly. Okay, somebody said, with shadowing after being harder to come, would it be okay to shadow an NP? I don't think it's okay to shadow an NP, even though technically they do a lot of the same work as a PA. It's just that the path is so different as far as the education we get and just it being a nursing model versus medical model. It's easier for you to shadow a doctor. Shadowing a doctor is actually accepted versus shadowing an NP. So I don't recommend you shadow an NP. It's not going to be it's not necessarily something that's looked down on. It's just that it's not the career. It's not the same career. A doctor, being that they're our supervising physician and our careers align more, schools accept shadowing an MD. So yeah, if you can't find a PA, try to shadow an MD, but try to shadow a PA if you can. Just email me, guys, so I can keep a list of who's interested. Yes, the Magoosh for 1 month is $150, but for 6 months you can get it for less than that. And I mean, if you want to take 6 months to do the Magoosh, that's great. You can start your senior year. That if you know that's even better because you have time to pace yourself and not like study last minute. So you can start your senior year, and then 6 months into your senior year, as you get ready to graduate, then you know you'll be ready to take the GRE and you'll feel more well prepared. Or you can do it for 3 months, 2 months. I recommend at least 2 months of studying, like actually watching the videos, and it comes with the videos. It comes with practice questions, all that. Can I have your email? I put my email. I don't know how to pin stuff. I don't know if I'm able to pin it, but this is my email. Rodeline Joseph at medsembly.com. My first and last name at medsembly.com. It's just a little tricky because she's in Central Time and I'm on Eastern Time, and she got delayed, so it's just a little tricky. So Magoosh link again, please. No, it's not a Magoosh link. It's just a package deal through our subscription that I was offering you guys. If anyone's interested, I want to see how many people, if it's worth offering. Because I try to get hookups for y'all. That's what MedSembly is all about. Listen, I said we create an opportunity, community, and mentorship. When I say opportunities for you guys, I mean that. Are you okay? Hold on. I have more questions. Can PAs do research? I think PAs can do research. Especially in oncology. I think there's some PAs, don't quote me on this. I think it's possible for PAs to do research in oncology, especially. Is pre-PA-eShadowing each week? Yes, it's every week. I'm not. I don't think Rashada will be able to make it this session. I'm sorry, guys. Usually, when we don't have a guest, I try to do a case study. So I was hoping that she'd be able to come on. I was hoping she'd be able to come on a little later, but I think she's still delayed. So we're gonna do a rain check, and she's going to come on another time. It seems like, since we only have 15 minutes left in the session. She's really trying to make it. I'm sorry, guys. But I feel bad because usually I have a case study, but I don't have one. So always, if you're new, always expect a case study. And I won't be wearing a mask next time at home. I should have told you guys I was away. But why am I in a chair that's so relaxed? Okay. I should have said I was at the airport and I was chilling in a lounge. I'm just kidding. For programs that look for applicants interested in primary care in underserved areas, how would we go about addressing why the laterality of the profession interests us? I think okay, even though programs look for that, doesn't mean that, that's the end all be all. And you can still work in underserved areas and in primary care and then work another specialty. You can discuss that. And you can also stay as a primary care provider where you kind of learn. PAs are taught as generalists, but being that you're taught as a primary care provider, you're taught you learn about so many different body systems and so many different ailments that you're able to easily switch specialties if you needed to, or if you want to work in two different specialties at once. Just because you work in primary care doesn't mean it's going to be your only job. You can have a part-time job. You can have a side hustle. You can work in community. You can do some community service work. You can do some volunteer work. You can say how that will help you if you want to do extra stuff as a PA. You can do a per diem job. So yeah. Did you consider med school? And if so, what made you choose PA over MD? Yes, I considered med school. So just a little bit about my story. I'm from the Caribbean. I'm from the islands. So my parents are just very strict and big on education. So, and it is, and a lot of people from the Caribbean know as far as education is just because of what's popular or really what they know. They don't really know about a lot of, careers or the variety of medical careers. It's nursing, a doctor, and then they have a lawyer. That's non-medical related, but those are the three professions that they really know about. So they kind of choose the career that their child will be in from birth, basically. And they'll tell you, you're going to be this. They don't really let you choose your path, so they tell you what you're going to do. If your parent is an islander, you can probably relate. If they're not and they're just strict, you can probably relate too. So my parents basically said, you're going to be a doctor. So they kind of, made sure I studied hard in school. The high school they put me in was a magnet school, and they offered a nursing program. And it wasn't necessarily to be a nurse, but to get experience, because I was able to go on clinical rotations and be in healthcare. But to get that healthcare experience, they were very strategic about it. But to get that healthcare experience at a young age and really, start prepping for medical school. So that was the point of doing the nursing program. So I hated it. I hated it, just doing that in high school because it took so much of my high school life out of me, especially my senior year. I couldn't do a lot of the things that seniors were able to do. I mean, I went to prom and stuff, but I couldn't go to a lot of pep rallies, do all those fun things. I couldn't do senior skip day and all that because we were in clinicals or we had to stay extra after class doing stuff. But I mean, it really, really paid off because one, I was able to get that experience at a really young age. And two, I was able to make really good money in college. I went to work while in college, and it just kind of, it ended up preparing me for a profession that I knew nothing about, the PA profession. And if I didn't do nursing, I would not have worked at a nursing home and met the PA or connected with the PA or knew about the PA profession. I don't really think I connected with him. I just would see the PAs rounding at the nursing home. And that's how I was introduced to the PA profession. As far as deciding not to do medical school, it's just kind of me growing up and growing some balls and telling my parents, no, I don't want to do this. So I found out that I don't, just kind of me evolving as an adult and figuring out what kind of life that I want and not wanting to be in school like as long as, for that long. I decided to do PA, or I decided not to do MD because I was like, that's not how I want to live my life. And so it took me a while to figure out what exactly I wanted to do. But when I found out what I wanted to do, I was like, oh, aha, like the light bulb went out. Okay, this aligns with the life that I want to live. So that was my decision why I chose PA, ultimately. Are you willing to write recommendation letters for students? Yes, only under one condition. Being that this is a virtual platform, I really like it for students to personally get to know me, and because that's really the only way about it, right? So I want to get to know you and your journey, why PA. I personally mentor you, not just like I really don't know who I'm talking to on this platform. I see all your names, but I like matching the name with the face. I like communicating. I like, for you to message me, email me, DM me, and consistently do that to build that relationship with me, that mentor-mentee relationship. And then I'll feel more comfortable to write you a letter of recommendation when the time comes. And that's what a lot of my students did last year when I started e-shadowing. And it's actually been a year that I've been doing e-shadowing. I started it last November. And a lot of students just, from then on, I put my Instagram, they started messaging me on Instagram, and they would tell me their story. They would ask me for help with this, tell me that, message me all the time. And it just kind of organically that we grew that mentor-mentee relationship. And so when April, May rolled around, it was about 5-6 months. I just had to count. It was like 5-6 months. And so I was comfortable enough. I knew them for 5-6 months by then. And so I would have phone conversations, DMs, whatever. And I was comfortable enough to write them a letter of recommendation. So please, I hate saying no to people, especially you guys, but please don't randomly message me in April or May and ask me for a letter of recommendation. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to tell you I can't because I don't know you, and I want to genuinely speak on you. Because I like when I write a letter of recommendation, you can ask the students. I think all the students I've written letters for have gotten accepted, but that ain't me. That ain't because of me. It's because of them, because they're bomb. But when I write my letters of recommendation, I like to be honest and go deep and really describe why they're bomb. So you can ask them. I be going in on them, really flexing on them. So yeah. So if you want a letter of recommendation, trust me, I'm the one to write one for you. I will parade you. How do your parents feel about you being a PA, right? The great thing is that even though throughout my life, just growing up and I'm such a people pleaser too. I can't even lie, especially people pleaser in terms of just wanting to please my parents. And I feel like a lot of you are probably like that too, because we just have, we're healthcare, we just have that personality. So I'm such a people pleaser. So it took me a while to tell my parents that I wanted to be a PA and to kind of tell my parents my real me. But my parents are so supportive. It's weird. I was scared. My parents are Haitian. So I don't know if you guys know Haitian parents, but surprisingly, they were so supportive, and they've been they're Haitian, and it's so. I had to explain. Okay, I had some Haitian food today, and I had to explain to Haitian what a PA is because they know me. I'm a regular, so I'm always gone. And he was like, "Oh, where were you this time?" I was like, "Well, I was in Florida," and then I think I kind of feel like I've told them what I do before, but I told them I'm a PA. He's like, "Oh, a PA. I saw a PA last time I went to the doctor. What is a PA? What is a PA?" And I had to explain that, and it's so weird explaining it to a Haitian. And I can say it like that because I'm Haitian, but it's so weird. It's like what do you say? And you have to speak Creole too, so it's like, how do you say it in Creole? But yeah, my parents are very, very supportive of everything that I do. We have to pay a program to have. No, mentoring is free. Always. I would never charge you guys for that. No. Mentoring is always free. You can just go on there and find a mentor, but certain services are paid. I lied to my parents for 2 years before I told them I didn't want to be a doctor. Yes, I'm sure you guys can relate. It's so hard to like come forward to your parents and say, oh, this is what I want to do. And I mean, it's not just for PA, but any career, you know, it's so hard for anything, any major change. And especially if you're close to your parents and you want to, want to make them proud. You don't want to feel like you're letting them down. It's so hard. But the outcome is great, especially if you end up being successful. If you don't end up being successful, I'm sorry for you, but I'm just kidding. And even though Rashada couldn't make it, guys, you'll still get credit because I'm sure you still learned a ton about the PA profession. Give me 1 second. She messaged me. I'll message her. She sent kind of a long message that I can't respond to right now. I don't want to take too much time. But she won't be able to make it. I'm so sorry, you guys. She'll definitely make it next time. We'll talk to her to make it next time, guys. Or like go on an IG live or something with you guys. Okay, I'm sorry. Do you have brothers and sisters? I have brothers, no sisters. I'm the only girl. I'm the oldest. I have 2 younger brothers. Anyone want to connect on Instagram or through platforms? Hi, Ashley. Anyone want to connect with Ashley? You guys go on MedSimply and talk to Ashley. Go DM Ashley. Go message her. And Ashley, don't be scared. Go make a MedSimply profile and message me as well. Hey, girl. Any advice for someone that does not have mentors and is doing anything application-wise? Excuse me. I find shadow. And if you don't have mentors, like I said, go on MedSimply and to find a mentor. Or not, even if you don't connect with a mentor right away, message other students. There's PA students on there. There's students that applied and already got in. So just take advantage of that. Any advice for the NHSC scholarship? I don't know much about that scholarship. I know you have to apply it within a certain time, but I don't know much about it. I'm sorry. I can find out and get back to you. Yes, Sarah is great. Some names I just recognize. Sarah tunes into all my lives. Sarah is amazing. Sarah is a great student, Ashley. Someone great to connect with. Any other questions? What is one of the biggest challenges you face as a PA? The biggest challenge you face as a PA. One of the biggest challenges I feel as a PA I face is imposter syndrome. I'm sure you guys face that now just going through the process, but I feel like it never ends. And I feel like even if I know something, I'm still Googling it, like amoxicillin for strep throat. It's weird. I don't know. It's a mind matter thing. Like I still face imposter syndrome, especially if I haven't worked for a while. Because you guys know, like if you don't know, then you know that I travel for work, and then I have a unconventional schedule because I do MedSimply as well. So I have really crazy imposter syndrome. This is just being transparent with you, and it's not because of like you're not really confident in yourself. It's just because you get so scared. Like you want to make sure that you're doing everything possible to do what's right for the patient, and they're just like, oh my gosh, someone's life is in my hands. And I don't play about that. I don't play with that. So it's always that thought of like, do no harm. And you never want to do harm, but it's hard being in the medical field. So, and going through the motions and anxiety. So yes, I still face it. What if you're not active on IG? How do we connect with others? Of course, on MedSimply. And then on MedSimply, you guys, it's going to be an actual like chat, like a news feed. So you'll be able to like see live conversations. So here, let me get the link for you guys. Pull up the link. Hey, Michael. All right, guys. I'm just going to get the link for MedSimply for you guys. You guys have any other PA-related questions? And once again, as I said, this will typically be a case study. Okay, I want you guys to learn, but I hope you still learn nonetheless today. I'm sorry for the confusion, and I'm sorry that Rashada couldn't make it. She'll definitely make it next time. She's actually made it before. Her video may be on the YouTube channel. But yes, I hope that you guys still learn and that this was an informative session for you. For traveling as a PA, would you recommend having a permanent residence? No. You don't need to be a resident of the area for travel. You can have like a home base, and then because when you travel, it's only going to be for a certain amount of like a few months or so. It's not typically past 6 months. I mean, it can be, it can be whatever, as long as you want it to be. But usually, jobs, it's probably like 3-6 months. So you don't have to be a resident, but you'll need a license for that state, like a PA license. Would really appreciate advice on scholarships for PA students. Okay, I know there's a lot more scholarships available. I'll look for some, and I'll create a little blog, a little blurb on the app for you guys to see links for scholarships on there as well. I need to make a list of everything I gotta do for you guys. But yeah, so it's 8 o'clock. I hope everyone had a great Monday and enjoyed this session, even though it was a little different. Just I guess it made sense. You know, it's Thanksgiving. You know, you guys want to just chill, relax. So you'll still get credit for this, just because, you know, it's still a Q&A. We're still focused on the PA career and becoming a PA. Do you guys have any other questions or concerns, or if you do, just email me. Let's start a group me. Y'all want to start a group me? Okay. How do I start a group me? You want to start a group me? Okay, fine. We'll start a group me. Okay, I'll start a group me with you guys, okay? And then I'll update you guys. And if I start a group me, you guys have to be active, okay? Because I want to pick your brains and stuff too. Okay, if you want to start a group me, then message me. Please email me so we can start the group me, guys, and we can have some real fun on there. You get credit via ep54.com. You guys have to take the quiz after this on ep54.com and watch at least 45 minutes of this session. And yes, that's how you get credit. And then once you're ready, you can request a certificate. But everything is on ep54.com. All right, guys, we'll start a group me, or I'll let you guys know about that. Email me, please, so I can add you guys to the group me. All right, have a good night. Guys, sorry again about today. Good night. There's no session next week. No session next week. I'll be traveling. Good night, guys.